So one day, one of my friends, Jenny, woke up to find that a magazine that's being given out freely to about 400,000 people in Sweden actually used a photo spread of her husband, and their child for commercial purposes. Now, these pictures were sold without their consent, which means that effectively the person who did this had to pay. So they paid actually, but still, the editor-in-chief for this magazine called Red Pages appears to be a complete and utter jerk. If you see this little spread, it's utterly nice, it's blissful, and everything is just hunky-dory. But they've changed their names, and they've actually made up an entire interview saying that this family loves to use TV4 and in connection with the phone house. So apparently the phone house that's a big mess, and there's nowhere to be found that this article, or should I say this commercial, is not part of the editorial content of the magazine. So in an interview at Resume, a magazine in Sweden, online as well, Gabriel, my friend's husband and the father of their child, is interviewed about the idiocy of it all, and they've emailed Red Pages, no response whatsoever. But Resume has contacted them, and the editor-in-chief, called Peter Blom, who's apparently a jerk, he hasn't responded anyway. He blames another person who's an editor and marketing chief or whatever, and is saying that this is not a made-up article, it's an advertorial. So apparently an advertorial in his little mind is something that's a crisscross between reality and I don't know what, made-up reality, his type of reality. It's just a fucking joke, really. So anyway, I wrote them this little email, so saying that I don't want them to send me any more of the Red Pages, but that it's just a fucking joke. I mean, my friends having this out in the real world and being affected by this, and it's her child, her husband, and they're being affected as a family with, joke names, and people now think she's, prone to giggling, and he is prone to watching football, and she watches Robinson, which is kind of a Survivor thing on the internet. It's a fucking joke, really. So kudos to them to fighting the power, and a big fuck off to Red Pages. Ta.